Like you have said already, this is our second day in this event, and the focus is on translating the Sustainable Development Goals as a policy for the world and for the government into improving the economies of the local government areas and the grassroots. What we intend doing, and we're already discussing with the private sector and some of our stakeholders, including Algon, that are at the grassroots management. We are looking at having a framework which has already been developed and taking into cognizance the present government's economic sustainable development plan, for us to look again at how the plan of government, starting from the economic recovery and growth plan up to this sustainability plan for the economy, reaches down to the grassroots. Because you and I know that so much is happening at the federal level, so much is happening at the state level, the state capital level. But the rural communities are not actually feeling the impact of change, feeling the impact of development. And I must say, the federal government has done so much in terms of trying to reach out to the communities, but it doesn't seem to be reaching out and down as you would expect. So the Ministry of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Affairs has a primary responsibility, and that is what we're here to do. That primary responsibility is to ensure that the grassroots interface with the states and the federal is pushed very tight, and that there is a coalition between the three. It's not a subordination role. The Constitution gives the federal and the states responsibilities, and the local government is like the attaché or annex to the state. You do not abandon your annex, otherwise you're not complete. So what the ministry has to do, and what we're doing, and very happily too, is that we are at our own level, at the ministry level, coalescing with other MDAs. Federal Ministry of Trade and Investment has its own mandate to generate trade and infrastructure, trade and engagement with commerce. And you also have culture, which is a basic thing at the rural community, but nobody is looking at it. So it is our responsibility as a ministry to say to our other colleagues, so what are you doing with your mandate? Ours, in addition to the fact that we are to bring them together, is to monitor what is going on. Government is spending so much in billions on the states, at the federal, and in quote, on the local government, but we're not seeing anything. We know that roads are supposed to be built by the local governments. So where are the roads? Where is the money? Where is it going? So states, what are you doing with what you ought to do? So it is the ministry that should help, not just to interface, but engage the other interactants on the platform of governance, which are the ministries and departments. And I am happy, and I'm very, very, very happy, I must say, to see that Ministry of Trade and Investment, SMEDAN, Raw Materials and Development Council, and some other agencies of government are talking, sitting down for weeks. They have been sitting, and here I come. And I'm listening to this conversation, and then a private sector person walks in and says, how do we together? And that is what it is all about. Governance is a collaborative, cooperative enterprise. And so we are looking at leadership by coalition. And Goal 17 clearly tells you, yes, you want to do equality, yes, you want to provide water, yes, you're talking about climate change, but you can't achieve it without collaboration and partnership. So that is what we are doing here in this conference, and we're going to take it further. We already are working on a work plan, and we're working on interface, moving out from the ministry's desk. Nobody's going to sit around me. Let us go, and we have already begun. Let us go and meet our brothers and sisters in the other ministries. I have brothers and sisters, permanent secretaries. Let's go meet them and say, We are just here to help. We are in the middle, looking at what you're doing. Can we work together? Our role is just to enable you even showcase what you're doing, because a lot is happening, but Nigerians don't know. So that is what we want to do from the end of our own responsibilities, as in addition to doing all the presidential assignments given to us as a special duty office, but we are more interested in development at the grassroots. And government can recreate. This is one ministry that has been created, abandoned, recreated, and created again. There must be a reason for this rethink by government to re-engage with the grassroots. And elections are coming, and the grassroots are waiting for us. And we have a responsibility to our people, and to be candid, government does have responsibilities because we know what is going into the budgets. But where's the budgetary provisions, and where are the deliverables for the people? The outcomes of budgetary input is what this ministry, working with national planning, which to the glory of God is working very hard every day. The National Planning Commission or National Planning Ministry and Budget Office, they are working very, very hard to ensure that government policies on development are realized. But we cannot achieve those without us galvanizing our forces and working behind the president and our governors and our local government chairmen to say we must work as a team. What the ministry wants to do now, we are moving. What the ministry, I don't know, I said the ministry has been doing a lot. It hasn't been heard. Now we want to move out to the field, and we have started. And let me tell you, this is one ministry, I must say, that has not been given adequate attention, given its responsibilities. This ministry should be on top of so much that is going on. But this ministry, unfortunately, has not reached where it ought to reach. And you don't reach where you ought to reach if you have not reached out to whom you have to reach out.
Okay, like I said in there, that the program would have come at a better time than now. Like I equally told them there that most people at the grassroots level, because I'm at the grassroots level, don't know much about SDGs. But for attending this program now, and from what we have learned, the programs of SDGs, I think when we go back now, we'll be able to, gather our youth and let them know what, because they've seen it on the screen, maybe a news line and or whatnot, without knowing what SDG is actually into. So from this two-day program I've attended now, we've learned a lot. One of the things, like you asked, on how to translate is, if it comes from federal down to state probably down to local government, our duty is to disseminate information to the locals, to enable them know what is actually happening at the state level and at the federal level, because what they know is just, maybe few of what is happening within their local environment. Okay, thank you very much. For instance, now there's a program going on in my own local government, for instance, and national government.
Sorry, is there financial commitment?
Yes. The message came from National Orientation Agency at the local level, in partnership with the SDG body, on how to empower youth and women, which data have been taken now, collection of data. People are being informed from various communities to go to the National Orientation Agency and the Ministry of Women Affairs to put down there. They said is to assist them in small-scale business in different categories of 50,000, 100,000, as the case may be. So I believe that is one of the benefits of what this agency is all about. Yeah, if all mechanisms being put in place, I believe they'll be able to achieve that. If all mechanisms put, and like I said in there are monitoring agencies like the CSOs, like I told them that if they say a program or a project is in so and so place, they should come out claim and tell them it is there or not formulating papers or documents that are not in place. Thank you.
The Economic Summit is actually a laudable program which the Federal Ministry of Intergovernmental Affairs has put in place. At the end of the summit, I expect to take a lot back home. My initial expectation is that we expect programs that will be beneficial to our people in Borno State. As you know, we've gone through the era of insurgency. We're just in the recovery area. So anything that is going to assist my state in the future development is very welcome. The message I've gotten here is to ensure programs reach the local government level. So the poor at the grassroots level should be carried along. This is the very most important lesson I've learned here. Everybody at the local government will be touched, then the state. So the government should now be looking at concentrating on the local government areas. That is the bottom-top approach. It's the very important lesson I've learned here. The message is latching on the SDGs. The SDGs, MDGs used to be in place where it was the bottom-top approach. Now this program is touching on that, aligning the SDGs to our budgets and ensuring that people are carried along.